really it really struck me. It's the one kind of interesting bit of the Oscars was during Christopher Nolan's acceptance speech. He was like, movies are only like 100 years old, and you know, to be part of that history or whatever, and they went on a speech. But I was like, wow, that's true. Movies are only like 100 years old. They're a baby medium. When you compare that to like fucking art in general, like, you know, paintings or sculpture, movies are only 100 years old. And then I thought about games based on that, and games are only like 50. That's fucking insane. Like, video gaming is only like 50 years old. We're basically in the early stages still, unless it all collapses in on itself and dies. Your mama's only like 100 years old. Stop blowing my mind. I was like, fuck me, a lot's happened in that sort of thing. But he was like, it's still in like foundational stages, and to be part of that kind of early stages, like in 1,000 years, when people look back at it, it'll be like, we're still in like beginnings. Like, if there's a Wikipedia in 1,000 years, this will be like early beginnings still. It'll still be, you know, Oppenheimer will still be lumped in with like Charlie Chaplin and fucking silent films like Sunrise. Imagine what the femboys of the future will look like. I can only imagine mechanized. Humans are amazing, but also horrible. Yep. I mean, it is weird. Another one that really got me was the internet's only like, really only like 30 years old, really, like usable internet, right? And we had about 10 years of good internet. And then now it's shit. It was shit at the start because only like 5 people were on it, and it was all like DARPA nightmare. And then now it's like 4 websites that all feed off each other in a sort of incestuous loop full of algorithms and ads and AI. And for about 10 years in the middle, it was really fun. And everybody was nice. Well, nobody was nice, but the experience was nicer. And now it's all going to just go downhill from there. But it's a very small, tiny blip of technology. The era of GeoCities. It's like, for a while it was like Web 0.1, a bit weird. Then Web 2.0, ooh, very pretty. And now we're kind of nearing the end of that, and it's shit again. We figured out the internet in the worst fucking way, exactly. Fenbies, femboy envies. I'm sure they exist. I'm sure you could find them on Tumblr. Fenbies. Right, let's do that. I mean, I am wearing leggings right now. Does that count as femboy behavior? Okay, I think we had just finished the Mandalorian moon. The Moondalorian. So I think we're done here. I think we've done everything. I might be able to sell stuff off, but I think we're fine. Like, how much money do I have right now? I have 65,000 space euro. That is so much fucking money. I'm never gonna run out of money again. It's gonna be fine. I don't need to sell anything right now. I might later. And I can level up. I'll level up to start the stream. Why not? Level up. Skills. Recommended. Just give me... Oh, it keeps giving me... Persuade. I've decided I don't want Persuade. I want Treat, Injury, Awareness, and Demolitions. I'm the least persuasive person. It's fine. My other characters can persuade for me. Have you seen how adorable my bin is? Unarmed Specialist 6. You have been granted the following feats. Thank you. If I get my lightsaber taken away, that's fine, I guess. I could get improved criticals. I could get armor proficiency heavy. I haven't really seen any great heavy armor yet. I'm fine with my armor. Power Attack Master. Could be good. Do I have more lightsaber shit I can take? No. Melee weapons. Do lightsabers count as melee weapons? Because they are, but they might be treated differently in the game. Like, this might specifically be like swords. Other powered or unpowered items. Melee weapon types, such as vibroblades. I mean, that... It sounds like it would include lightsabers. What about here? 2-weapon fighting. Further reduces attack penalty for 2-weapon fighting. I do use that a lot. A lightsaber is more like a steady laser beam, so it's a static gun. How do they make lightsabers? Like, I know the science is made up. It's a space fantasy. A lot of people make that distinction with Star Wars. The distinction between sci-fi and fantasy is more like vibes, to be honest, than anything you can actually define. But Star Wars is kind of space fantasy rather than sci-fi, right? So I don't know if they've ever bothered explaining it. It gets more sci-fi, I think, when they get into the fucking midichlorians. I'm gonna do that. Add to feet. I'm still caught up in mecha femmes. I think that's probably a fairly common ailment in the world of droids. Oh, fuck, I got caught in my mecha femme. You have gained new powers. Okay. Burst of speed again? Restricted by armor? No. Ah, fuck, I shouldn't even gone with burst of speed because it's restricted by armor. That's useless. Restricted by armor. I can still use that. Because I'm going to be where I'm not willing to give up my armor. It's too important, to be honest. Restricted by armor. Restricted by armor. Universal power. Force body. This power enables the character to use their own health to fuel force powers. All force powers take 50% of their cost from vitality points and 50% from force points. Ooh. I don't know. Melee weapons are specifically separate from lightsabers according to this wiki. Cool. I don't know why that would be, but I get why it works like that mechanically. Force deflection. Deflect any ranged attacks without a lightsaber. I'm not gonna not use my lightsaber. I guess my hands, but that's also probably a different thing. Dark side power, wound, slow, dark side power, dark side power, dark. These all kind of suck, don't they? I think I'm kind of done with powers, to be honest. I would like movie studios after about 2006 when reviewing Michael Myers' career. You never force body? I'll get force body, but I'm never going to use it. Except, there we go. Just want to be thrown about by a half-ton mecha femme. Whee!
All scouts report in.
Okay, I think we're going. Let me go.
Are you ready to go to ISIS yet?
Apparently. I don't want to defect to ISIS. They'll take away my citizenship. Have you learned anything new about the scouts from the third ship? Oh yeah, we talked about them.
Kelborn told me that they were covert military and probably aligned with Colonel Tobin from ISIS. Kelborn doesn't think they'll send out any more scouts, but that doesn't mean there aren't more of them out there.
It was one of my favorite, like, little pop culture quirks is that... Was it Archer? Remember when everybody was obsessed with Archer? And I watched one series and went, yeah, it's alright. And then everybody got very sick of Archer after a while. But Archer, their like secret spy organization, is called ISIS, and then the whole ISIS thing happened, and it took on a different connotation. No, we named it after the god. Fuck. I'll be going then. I guess we're ready to go. Archer is still going. I think it is, yeah, but nobody watches it, surely, right? Like Archer was huge. I feel like my dad really liked Archer, which kind of put me off, to be honest. I think my dad watched like 4 series of Archer, and I watched 1, and I enjoyed Archer at the time. I was like, this is fine, but not enough to keep watching it. It's on the final one now, okay. In terms of H. John Benjamin animated shows, Bob's Burgers has aged a bit better, right? People like Bob's Burgers more. Although I also am not a huge fan of that. I think it's fine. I like H. John Benjamin. I like Kristen Shaw, but it's a bit too gooey for me. Like it's a bit too wholesome. It's like, no. But it is better. It's fine. Bob's is far better. I haven't actually watched it in ages. I watched maybe... I mean, here's how much more I liked it. I watched 1 series of Archer. I probably watched like 4 of Bob's Burgers. I liked it. He's voicing a pigeon in insurance ads now, too. See, that one's fine, because I only get angry, or not angry, but annoyed when I see, like, mega celebrities in ads. Like, when you see, like, fucking George Clooney advertising Nescafe, or when you see Matt Damon advertising Bitcoin, bizarrely. Like, you don't need that money. You simply don't need that money. You're already so rich. Whereas... H. John Benjamin, I imagine he's doing okay, but he's not like a megastar, right? He's mainly known for voicing like a mustached bisexual dad. That's like his main thing now, right? No matter what. Yeah, I saw that in the cinema. I can't remember what movie we were going to see. It might have been like The Batman or some shit like that. And it opened with an ad of Matt Damon walking towards the camera in a pure white room with like spaceships modelled around him. And it was like Money's changing. Jump on the Bitcoin trend. I was like, why are you doing this, Matt Damon? I had an ad break where every ad in it had the voiceover by Will Arnett. I also like Will Arnett. I think Will Arnett's funny. I think he's one of the only reasons to watch that Batman Lego movie. It was fine, but it was nowhere near as good as the Lego movie. But he's funny. I like Will Arnett. I swear I hear his voice everywhere in Skyrim, but it's not him. He has that kind of, like, very gravelly voice. You know what? He actually has quite a similar voice to Stephen Russell, the guy who voices, like, Bellathor in Skyrim, and Corvo in, Dishonored 2, and Garrett in Thief 1, 2, and 3, and various other things. Similar kind of vibe. Reese's, a car ad, some other food products. Let's go, I guess.
I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight.
That's incredible VA knowledge. I'm a Thief fanboy, so I know a lot about Thief.
Check out Mandalore.
I was thinking the other day, because I've been playing a little bit off-screen of Shadows of Doubt, which I found a little bit hard to get into at first, but now I'm enjoying. And I was like, this is a bit Thief-esque. It's more Deus Ex, but it's a bit Thief-esque. And then I just started thinking about Thief for like 2 hours.
My only concerns are for the one you escort to Onderon, Mandalorian. Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If
Are Mandalorians
by
like
apart
eugenicsy?
you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians.
I don't know what the Mandalorian lore is, because I think
United as
isn't
one clan under
Pedro
one
Pascal
banner.
Mandalorian? Isn't he like adopted?
Yes,
they're not an
the
actual
Great
race. They're just
Crusade.
like
After the
a
first
country
one was
/
ended
society.
by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in
Jesus, Dreya.
flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor V. But I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor 5, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live.
Fair enough.
Clan Ordo
This is a
still
social
lives.
contract.
Seekex there.
Didn't they lose
he
at
was
war
serving
and get
on
scattered
Nar
about? I
Shaddai's
think so.
muzzle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed, the future is always in motion. It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their
She's
last
such a
battle at
bitch.
Malachor
She's
5,
so horrible.
and you have been dying
She's like a
ever
Jedi
since.
supremacist,
A
right?
quiet death that will last centuries.
She's probably
And perhaps all that remains will be what I see before me. A man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
How are the
You've got
Jedi
some
doing?
guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
Honestly,
No,
get her if you
Mandalore,
like.
you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even when they abandoned you. Do you wonder where she wanders now, Mandalore? Why she gave you your orders, then abandoned you at the edge of the galaxy?
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore.
He's not a crab.
There is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. She is important to me, more important than anything.
Aww.
Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore.
I don't think that was
If
really
there is a
particularly
Mandalorian
nice,
crusade,
actually.
let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future. So when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path, and I ask that when the end comes, that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
Fuck, I hate her so much.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her.
Yeah, maybe you should just shoot her in the back of the head now. I would forgive you.
1, 2, 3. Mandalorians, we got
Fuck was
company.
that?
Stealth targets have breached our perimeter.
Oh, big fight. Some boys. Okay, that'll be fine.
Wait a moment. I sense there is a disturbance in the camp. Our enemy has tracked us here. I did not expect them so soon.
blind
How did they get here? I
Has it
wonder?
ever come up that she
Regardless,
can't
we must
see?
eliminate them all. None of them can escape. Our whereabouts must remain a secret. Let us join the battle. Our allies will need our help.
There's a big trope of, like, blind Jedi. Like, wasn't there a blind Jedi in Rogue One as well? There's that really goofy scene where he's like, the Force will guide me, or something, as he walks through the blaster fire. She sees everything because she's psychic. Right, let's go. Fight! Oh, I get to choose my slots. No, add Mr. Bin, and I think Kreia and Mr. Bin are doing fine, even though you've only got one hand. Forrest Whitaker. Was Forrest Whitaker blind in Rogue One? I don't think so. I forgot he was in it for a second. Choose your slots. In that case, it would be you and you. But I'll take Kreia with me. Is this the party config you want? Yes, please. Now, I notice I'm not able to leave. Is that... There we go. Fantastic. I would like to do some force waves on some people. This should be fine. They're Mandalorians. Sure, they'll be able to take on these freaks. Robot kink again. Just keep doing that. It'll be fine. At some point, some of them will get knocked over. Oh yeah, this is easy enough. The fuck? It was Donnie Yen, that's
follows
it.
you on a regular basis.
Can you...
I think it's best for both of us if we head to ISIS immediately.
No!
Grab
What are
your
you
gear.
doing? We're fighting! We're in the middle of a fight! What are you doing? Stop that! Oh my Christ. Okay. One available slots. Oh, can I... What? One available slots. Why only one available slot? I mean, it's going to be Mr. Bin. Why can't I take anyone else? Am I... Oh, I'm with this guy! Oh! Mandalore! Mandalore's with me. Okay. Level 5 soul. I mean, you seem okay. He's tapping out. Shows how memorable they were. Rogue One. It has probably the best Star Wars scene. Like, the best single scene in all of Star Wars is probably in right at the end of Rogue One. But the movie as a whole is very boring and forgettable, isn't it? I don't think I could name a single character in it. Or really much of the plot. Like, what's... Possibly one of the worst films I've ever seen. See, a lot of people say that. A lot of people really hate Rogue One. Of the Star Wars prequels and tie-ins and stuff like that, I think it beats the shit out of Solo, but that's apparently a hot take. I thought everybody would hate Solo, because Emma and I were like this close to walking out. It was so bad. But apparently people prefer it. I was bored first time I watched it, then I really liked it rewatching it. Actually, I think I've remembered a character name. Is the main character's name Jyn Erso? And I think Mads Mikkelsen might be in it as somebody. Right. We have a Mandalorian. Fantastic. Is this party good? I mean, I'd like to help out. I don't know why we're leaving, to be honest. Are we leaving Kreia there? Okay, bye. This seems rude. They can handle it, I'm sure. They're just some Sith boys. I like that planet, how it looks. That was one of the prettier planets so far. It's only Rogue One and Endor that I've liked since the original trilogy. I kind of liked The Mandalorian. Well, I liked Series 2 of The Mandalorian. I thought Series 1 was quite mixed. I thought it was okay. And then Mandalorian Series 2 was pretty good up until the last episode when I went, oh god, and then never watched it again. And I've heard that Book of Boba Fett was very bad, and nobody liked the Obi-Wan series, and Andor everybody seems to like, but I'm never gonna watch it.
Vaklu's saying that the Republic ship attacked first? That's madness!
Unfortunately, lie or not, it's a madness people will believe.
Oh, you've got
The timing
a
of
thick
this is
chin.
atrocious. A space battle above our skies, so many of our fighters lost?
Curiously, only Tobin's men were involved in that battle.
Chad
That shooter.
Jedi.
Strong word, Your Majesty.
Is
But
your
there
name
no good time
Chad?
for news like this. I recommend we
Or
continue
Brad
our
or
plan.
something
But
like that.
won't
You look like a
bring
football
even
player.
more followers to Vaklu's side, increasing his power?
For a time, perhaps. But we both know he's not the true threat. It's his unseen support from the shadows that we must drag out into the light. Then, and only
This is the
then,
West
can we
Wing now.
strike.
I
I don't like her or him. Endor's very good. I believe it. But I think it would really irritate me because apparently it's a show about, like, rebellion and, you know, like anarchy and stuff like that, made by fucking Disney. I think it would be like The Boys, where I just get so existentially angry while watching it that I can't watch it anymore.
Fortunately,
That was also
I
a
have
good
friend
show.
in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square.
Wasn't Gwent the name of that card game? Rare
Might
people
be
do a
best
walk
if
and talk
you
like
use
that.
the
Usually everyone
talking
stands
ground.
still. Why am I impressed
The
by this?
Onderonians have a mixed view of Mandalorians after we conquered their world.
Oh, shocking. He likes the space British. I guess that's kind of the Sith. Rogue One was the last Star Wars media I endured, and I won't with any of it now. I'm kind of the same. At the end of mild, I guess not mild, but spoilers for Mandalorian Series 2, fucking Luke Skywalker shows up. And I was like, fuck, well now I don't care anymore. I was enjoying that this had nothing to do with that whole fucking family. That whole nightmare was separate from this. That I was so sick of. And then he comes into, like, terrifying CGI Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill shows up going, I'm here now. Give me the baby. And I was like, well, I'm never watching this again. Bye. And then I heard that Series 3, they realised that Baby Yoda was so marketable that they couldn't let it go, so there's a time skip and he's just back now. I was like, well, this is just shit. There's no, like, cohesive story here. It's just Star Wars. I've heard Endor is very good. That's what I mean. They do one and it's just about a guy who doesn't know anything about the Jedi and looks after weird bugs. Yeah, exactly. That's what I liked about Series 2 of Mandalorian. It's because up until that last episode, it's just a random guy. He doesn't really have, like, a mysterious backstory particularly. He's just, like, some guy with some cool armor who goes around and does, like, a monster of the week thing on various planets, like killing big dune worms and shit like that. I was like, this is fun. I like that. And there's a little baby sidekick who's like, oh, he's a Jedi or whatever. But it had nothing to do with any of the other shit. And then at the end of that, it was like, by the way, I'm Luke Skywalker. Pleased to meet you, smile, glint of teeth. And I was like, well, you've ruined it. Sorry. And I don't think I've heard anybody mention The Mandalorian since that episode. I don't think I've muted it on social media or anything. It's just that everybody collectively seems to have had that same reaction. Where it's like, fuck off. That's not why we liked it. First 15 minutes of Endor was engaging. It wasn't until the comedic bloop blast noise that I realised, oh right, this is Star Wars. I gave Star Wars Visions a go. That was different enough. I don't know, I just don't care about Star Wars. Like, I like this. I would say, actually, I like this despite it being Star Wars. Like, the Star Wars lore and trappings that this has only ever take away from the quality of it, to be honest. I've never liked something in this because it was Star Wars. I like it because it's a good game with fun, stupid dialogue. Whereas whenever whenever it reminds me that it's Star Warsy, I go, Journal entry added. I should probably read that. Now, is there a reason why you're not letting me click that? I click J. My mouse isn't working. Why is that, game? That's worrying. You made it to the merchant quarter of Aziz. Getting to the royal palace and the Jedi master you're looking for may be tricky, but Mandalore knows a doctor named Dagon Gent who can help. His office is on the far side of the quarter. Can I move? I can move, I just can't click on anything. I might need to restart. Hang on, let me quick save. That'll work. And then... yeah, okay. use the keyboard, it'll be fine. Quit. Lovely. You fucking ruined it, Luke. I mean, Luke Skywalker is a profoundly boring character, right? We can all agree with that? Like, Luke Skywalker kind of sucks as a character. He's just kind of a boring everyman. He's a bit like Oliver Twist, but in space. And if there's one thing that I think everybody can agree with on Oliver Twist, whether you like or dislike Oliver Twist, I like some. I think David Lean's Oliver Twist is a masterpiece. Oliver Twist, the character, is shit. Nobody likes Oliver Twist, the guy. But they make everything about the fucking Skywalkers. And I don't think anybody gives a fuck anymore. People kind of like Anakin still, I guess, but I don't get that at all. But at least he's more interesting than Luke. Luke is just, you know, country farm boy everyman. He doesn't really have a personality. He's just like, oh boy, I like shooting womp rats. He may as well just be like a blank blonde slate, like a mannequin that they drag through that first movie. It's why I was confused when people were angry about, is it episode 7, episode 8, maybe episode 8, where it's revealed that he tried to kill
It's been a while since you've docked
Adam
here,
Driver,
eh?
and I was
I
like,
suppose the lockdown has hurt your
he basically doesn't have a personality. I don't know why you're
to
mad.
shuttle people when nobody's allowed to leave. The blockade has been bad for everyone.
It's 2 movies of, do I have to? And then in the third, he shows up dressed in black and being mopey. Yeah, it's like the costume and set designers really carry that episode 6 because it's a really bad movie, but the costume design is lovely. What's been going on here?
Your manifest says it's been 2 months since you last came here. Oh, it's become much worse since your last trip. Military checkpoints are everywhere.
Military checkpoints? Are they looking for something?
Could be. Our space forces have been in full readiness ever since the space battle in orbit. Tensions are running high. All
You
Republic
can't
vessels
say
must be
that
searched.
line seriously.
Delays are
That's
turning
like what
pilots
I
grey
do as
before
a
their
joke.
time.
Our
Ever since the
space
Republic
forces
fired
in
on
the
our space
space
forces,
battles.
things
You
are
can just say
getting
forces
slow.
and battles.
Bad days. And things are getting worse.
Oh, this space
I'd get out of the
sandwich is
system
delicious.
quick if I were you, friend. Well, doesn't look like you have any trade goods, so
Space
the
trade
inspection's
goods.
just a formality. Here's your starport visa. Don't
Space
lose it.
visa.
They're priceless right now.
Okay, cool. What's a starport visa, by the way? I've never had to have a visa. I've got a visa on my ship. Like, she's a woman, though, not a... I'm assuming this is a card.
If you want to leave the planet, you need a starport visa. They're very hard to get. Many people want to get out of here before things
I like
get
your little
worse.
cloak. Can I go now? Can I go now? Fuck, Mom. I understand. I'll be going now. I love using my space keyboard. The space bar is my favorite key. Knock off Matt Berry. Chill out.
Certainly. Mind what I said about the starport visa. I know one captain already who can't get back into the starport.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Dorito Go Oblin Starport Visa. Apparently we've been here before a few months ago, by the way. ISIS citizen. Lots of ISIS around. News hologram. Ooh! Can I check the news? Hello, news.
The Onderan Space Force has confirmed that a Republic military craft initiated the space battle over our planet. Sources inside the military say the first shots of the massive battle were fired by the Republic vessel, the Ebon Hawk.
Fucking
The Ebon Hawk is a
lies.
capital-class vessel, and it destroyed 50
I ran away.
Onderan
I don't think I
military
actually
fighters
fired a
before being
shot.
destroyed by Colonel Tobin's forces. Queen Talia is expected to
I
make an
bravely ran
announcement
away,
later today.
I'll have you know.
Whether her support of the Republic will falter due to this attack is unknown.
Fair enough. There's intrigue on this planet. Oh dear. I don't think I'm going to be good at intrigue. My persuasion is 0. Streamer space criminal. Onderon soldier. A Margar. Are you a shop? You might sell things out of this plastic bag or whatever is beside you. I never do this in real life. I never go up to random people on the side of the street and go, are you a shop? Works in RPGs though.
You, come here. You're weak and scrawny without my powerful weapons and defences. Special save just for you.
See, it works. I feel like this wouldn't happen in Cork. Guy pulls open his jacket and there's just a collection of knives. Although maybe. Where else do you buy knives? I guess a shop. Like a proper shop. What do you have for sale? An Aquilish merchant. Shouldn't be used to roughing up a bit for a few credits. Why does this game insist on trying to make me a space racist? What do you have for sale?
Things not allowed inside the city. Stupid Onderonians can't see the need for my weapons. But they say my goods are banned, so all these killing implements are sitting here unused. But you get a special sale for Margar's misfortune.
Okay, show me. What cool nonsense have you got? Weapons. A Watchman blaster. An Aratech Ion Master. A Vibro Double Blade. Argarok. What is an Argarok? It looks cool. This impressive Argarok is the most prized Gamorrean weapon. I actually am learning Star Wars lore against my will, because I remember what the Gamorreans are. Aren't they, the pig boys? So these must be the huge fucking double axes that the pigs have. These huge axes are designed to be wielded by those with a low center of gravity and tremendous strength, making them awkward for most non-Gamorreans. I mean, it seems pretty great, actually. Melee weapons is probably it's huge. Attack modifier -5. Fuck me. I don't think I need anything else of these. Heavy repeating rifle, a war bowcaster, a disruptor carbine. I think mine are probably fine right now. Why have you given this thing a weird British voice, like in the Long Good Friday? I think Emma actually saved on Amazon the Long Good Friday to watch later. I'd never heard of it. Oh no! Some babies! Let them go. I love them. Oh no, that's probably the mum and these are their babies. Hello, Beast Rider. Don't like that name.
Fair winds to you, Offworlder.
Don't talk to me like you're from Morrowind.
That you are a Telosian merchant.
I am no merchant, and I'm not from Telos, no.
The winds still taste of misfortune, then. Our beasts will
Why are you talking like Xavier, Renegade Angel?
What doth life? Why
do you have so many beasts in those cages?
These beasts you see here are for delivery to Telos. But the Republic vessels that transport
Oh, are they
them
like
have to wait for thorough
rewilding?
and needlessly long searches. So the city is stacked with caged beasts waiting for their ships. We have stopped gathering beasts now, but they still fill the city. For Drexel and Ryder, the Ithorians brought wealth and prosperity. Our settlements prospered, but now...
Okay, well, I guess we'll be solving this for you at some point. So these are like it's like when people like let wolves out into Scotland or something. Have they done that yet? I know that people were talking about letting wolves out into Scottish forests or whatever. Are there any Scottish forests left? Did they do what they did to Ireland? Your beasts seem restless. I mean, yeah, I can see.
They have been kept in their cages for a long time. But yet at times, I feel as if something else is affecting
No Scots
them.
left.
Perhaps it is the city
All
itself.
eaten by the
Isis
English,
has
not
fallen
even the
upon
wolves.
Dark times, and tensions run high in the streets.
Okay, I'll be going now. I'll keep an eye out for a Telosian merchant to get these fuckers there. Any wolves? No one believes them that they were wolves, you see. I'll be going. Bye. I mean, it would be cool if there were wolves here. Oh no!
What? Run! The bomber is out of control!
I can calm it. I've got Jedi powers. Beast trick. Force wave. Beast trick. It didn't work. Okay, beast trick again. Saved. It didn't work. Beast trick again. It didn't work. Beast trick again. Still didn't work. I'm just gonna keep casting beast trick. Right, well, I've tried my best.
I don't know what to say. I had heard stories, but I assumed that they were fledgling riders, or simply tales that grow in the telling. Not since my first Drexel have I lost control of a beast. I apologize profusely. Here, I give
I
you
feel
these
very
credits
bad.
for the danger I
That was
put you
very
in.
sad, that whole thing. What stories are you talking about?
The beasts grow more agitated by the day. The stories say that the smoldering fires of city politics cast a smoke they can smell and breathe.
Okay,
They
sure.
revert to their primal instincts, as you've just seen. When they get that way, not even a skilled beast rider can control them. As soon as I leave here, I will talk with my family. There is much to be discussed.
Did you ride that around like a horse? I tried nothing, it didn't work. I'm all out of ideas. Okay, I'll be going now. Bye. Oh, 500 credits is fine. That poor little Boma. Aww. Polish my sphere, Beastmaster. Beast trick is how I met my old ball and chain. Well, hey, she's left me. Right, I guess we'll, I don't know, go through any door. We'll just, you know, start some questing. I'm only going to talk to named people. I'm an important person in this world. Checkpoint guard,
Halt,
hello.
off-worlder. You'll have to answer some questions before you go into the city. What is your business on Isis?
Pleasure. I don't know. What am I here for? Finding a Jedi, basically. Helping out those little animal boys. I don't know. Vibes. Just vibing. I don't think my business is any concern of yours.
I don't think your business is any concern of mine.
While you're at it, tell him to forget he ever saw us. Could be useful.
Not only is your business not my concern, I can't seem to remember why I'm holding you up.
Fantastic. That's pretty good. I've answered all your questions to your side of that. You let me go about my business and forget you ever saw me.
You should probably go about your business, whoever you are. Oh, don't lose your Starport visa, otherwise you won't be leaving for a long while.
Oh, I much prefer Mandalorian Boy. Mandalorian Boy is way better. Like, Dreya would be like, oh, don't use that, don't mush people's brains. I know I'm comically evil, but mushing people's brains is bad. He's like, oh, sweet, you can mush people's brains. Yippee. Right, bye. This is the merchant quarter. Is there any other doors? Do we have to go through here? Is this a door I can access? Just to make sure what my options are. No, I can't go through here, so I guess that's where we're going. I feel like I'd be too freaked out to mush people's brains. I'd feel too awkward about it. I'd be like, oh, that feels too personal, like feeling around inside people's brains like that.
That space battler's caused hell with our schedules. Our quotas for shipments are going to be late again.
Oh, is everybody here going to be English? Right, bye. I'm going to the merchant quarter. Tell him we're wallet inspectors. We pull out a single card from our wallet and it just says female body inspector. Those don't actually exist, right? You'd see, like, people in comedy movies in the 2000s wearing t-shirts with, like, FBI, female body inspector. Nobody ever actually sold those, right? The pigs would mush someone's brains and crawl around in them. Horrible image. They're a bit like woodlice, though, so I could see that.
General Vaklu was an underground resistance leader during the Mandalorian occupation. He's a real hero.
He's a real hero. I'm going to move my camera so you can see the map. Hang on. I'm going to put my camera right there, like right in the middle. And you get to see that horrible image again. Fantastic. That'll be better. Of course they did.
Let's
What do you
hurry this
mean?
up.
Oh.
I want him escorted out of here quickly.
This is outrageous. I'm not a spy. I'm a journalist for Isis Com.
You're a Republic spy, and your propaganda will be silenced.
It's modern Britain.
We're taking you back to our barracks for interrogation.
What horrible
Well, you
image.
can't be
Sonic's
serious.
gone.
You accuse me of propaganda? I have proof that Vaklu is withholding information on the so-called Republic.
One more word of treason
they're
out
gonna
of you.
punch you in
what
the tummy.
Are you looking at? This is none of your business.
Please, ma'am, help me. Vaklu's troops won't listen. I'm just a journalist, not a spy.
You're gonna get tummy punched, my friend. There used to be a shop in Frio, I don't know what that is, called Crazy Tees in the 2000s. They sold all kinds of shit like that. I feel the closest I can think of to that is there is a place, I don't know if it's still there, it's been forever since I walked through there, but in the English market in Cork City, there was always a cubby where you'd find the worst t-shirts you've ever seen, like Fremantle, we've been over this. Frio! Where it'd be like, you know, fucking badly airbrushed t-shirt with Bob Marley's face on it, like, or an alien with a spliff, you know, stuff like that. So I imagine you could have gotten something from there, maybe, but I never tried. I never actually went in past the beaded curtain. That's extremely Frio core. I'm not getting involved. What's going on? Do you have some kind of warrant? What's going on? We couldn't all have a wardrobe filled with Superman t-shirts. I never really wore t-shirts as a kid. I still don't really wear many t-shirts. I think I own 2. And I don't really like wearing them. I don't like having my arms uncovered. I don't know why, but I don't like having my arms uncovered. I tend to wear long sleeve shirts, and especially when I was younger, I would wear almost exclusively like black button-up dress shirts. That was just kind of my thing for a while. I went to, when I was 18, this is how much of a prick I was. When I was 18, I went into college every day dressed in a black suit. Like a poorly fitting black suit. Black suit jacket, black trousers, black shirt. With a black tie sometimes. I was that freak. There's some weird markets around Perth. Love them. I feel like I haven't been to a street market in a while. I walked through one briefly when I was in Spain, and it was kind of fun. I feel like you just get the same stuff in every street market, though. It's always like, you know, a friendship bracelet made of crystals, and a poncho, and some carpets. Like, I feel like it's always the same stuff. Maybe some pastries. Your parents are very loving to have kept contact. I still have the jacket somewhere. Depressingly, I don't think it fits anymore, but I still have that jacket. Hang on. It might be in this room. It fucking is. There we go. Black with a grey lining. There we go. And yeah, I would have disowned me. The ones here are very different. Coventry Village is bizarre. I feel like, I don't know. I used to go to, I mean, this is the most fucking provincial Ireland shit I'm ever going to say. But my grandparents would sometimes take me to the Tello Horse Fair, which is a tiny town deep in the rural wilds of Waterford. Would occasionally host a horse fair, which would also have like market stalls and, you know, a big, you know, market like that aside from looking at horses and donkeys. And I would buy some cheap plastic trash and just walk around and look at horses. Malaga Markets has Perth's best guzzle me, which I agree with their stall sign. Excellent guzzle me. I have no idea what guzzle me is. Gosleam? Guzzle me? Guzzle me sounds like a horrible slang term for like getting sucked off or something. Goslum is how I think you say it. There we go. Aye, bird, come over and guzzle me. Ryan Gosling. Ugh. Redeem awful jacket. What's going on?
This spy has been using his position as a journalist to spread lies and dissent among our people. No doubt he's been up to other cheeseless activity as well.
But that's just crazy. I was a member of the Resistance. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars.
Yes, and your disloyalty now deeply sickens me.
A day of new decorations has been sullied by being sucked off. Irish people have no gosleam. Goslem. I've never heard of it. Hang on. What is goslem? I'm going to search Google. Oh, that looks delicious. Skoslim is a savoury Turkish stuffed turnover. The dough is usually unleavened and made only with flour, salt and water. Can be made from yeast dough as well. Similar to a baslama, lightly brushed with butter or oil. That looks fucking great. That looks so good. That looks like one of the best foods. I would destroy this. It looks a little bit. I had when I was in Spain, I had the nicest naan bread I've ever eaten in my life. I know naan means bread. Shut up. But it was naan that it was like 2 layers of naan with like potatoes and spinach and stuff in the middle of it and then fried together. It looked a little bit like that and it was delicious. We eat the Aldi one and the regular. Most of the Aldi Oz stuff is made in Australia. Well, I guess it's so far away from anywhere. Australia, you'd have to be made in-house, right? Like here, I feel like everything in Aldi is from Germany. But I guess it would be different there. Now when it shows up in Food Guesser, we're prepared. It'll probably be the worst photo ever of it, though. Do you have any sort of warrant?
A warrant? General Vaclu passed an edict giving the military broad authority to detain
sort of, like, make my face
anyone
his face.
suspected of treasonous activity. It was specifically meant for us to pick up spies like this before
Everyone
they
should
could
eat
leave
Goslin,
ISIS or
missing
go
out.
underground.
I love Turkish food in general. I don't know if I could name any Turkish food except possibly a doner kebab. Like, doner kebab, I think that's Turkish. And that's, I mean, literally everywhere. That's, you could not go 3 feet without seeing like 5 of them. But I don't think I could name another type of Turkish food. Peed is delicious. I've never heard of that either. Do you have any proof of any sort?
That is classified military information.
How many other journalists are being rounded up today?
I don't have time to answer your barbed questions, off-worlder.
You have the wrong man, don't you? Mushbrain again, because that's the only persuasion I can do.
I have the...
Yes!
Wrong man. Yes, you heard me right. We have the wrong guy, so let him go. But watch it, both of you. If I hear even a hint you're up to something,
I like your
I'm
mask.
coming back.
I can do that too, with a repeating blaster pointed at their head.
He's into it. I like him.
I'm getting out
Mandalore,
of ISIS now.
one of the few characters I
Eventually
don't
they'll
hate
come
so
back for
far
me.
in the companions.
After that, I have a feeling no one will hear from me again. Thank you.
You should, I don't know, hide on my ship or something. Like, I think we have spare beds. You can, like, hide in a mattress. I don't know. What do you eat? We can feed you, like, crumbs and stuff. We can keep you as a sort of pet. Pro-violent thug lore. Light side points gained. Fantastic. Have you leveled up, or do I have to level you up? You are level 21. What are your feats? Can I look at your feats? Heavy armor, 2-weapon fighting, all of the guns, everything that you could imagine with guns. Blaster rifle. You're good at rifles. And you have master toughness. Okay, so you're a big boy. You're a big old boy. What armor do you have? Mandalore's armor. You cannot equip or remove an item for this slot. Okay. Can I check what it is? Like, can I actually like look at your armor to see the stats? Apparently not. I'll give you an immortality belt. Why not? And I should probably get you kitted out. Awareness, dexterity, wisdom, immunity versus fire and slashing and fortitude. That's pretty good. Computer use. I'll give you detonator gloves. Regeneration could be good. Alacrity could be good. Dex +3 seems pretty good. I'll give you Dex +3. Any cool hats? Consciousness helm. Immunity to poison. Con and regen 1. Sith mask. Immunity to stun, fear, and horror. Weapon focus lightsaber. Regenerate force points. I'll give you a stabilizer mask. And then some shields. We'll give you a Mandalorian shield and an Akani shield. I think that's everything. Do I have a better gun for you? You like blaster rifles, yes? I don't think I have any, like, great blaster. Oh, maybe a bowcaster. Designed for use in ceremonial. When did I pick up this? I have no memory of getting this. Weapon allows the user to fire more quickly than usual. I'll leave you with that for now. We can kit you out better later. But for now, you seem pretty good. No, don't talk. You never talk to anybody. I imagine your persuade is as bad as mine. Hello, there's some children and a woman.
Please, Captain, help me.
How'd you know I'm a
My
captain?
children and I are desperate to get off of Onderon. Do you have an open starport visa?
What do you mean? Like, mine has my name on it, so you'd have to get some... I imagine my photo as well. I imagine you'd have to get some pretty extensive plastic surgery. What do you mean?
My husband was killed by General Vaclu's troops. Our home was seized, and we were cast out. We have seen many wars on Isis, and I know war is coming. I want to spare my children
Sorry,
from
just every time
bloodshed.
they say war and ISIS, it makes me laugh. I sense you're not telling me something. God, I'm so aware. I can't persuade anybody to save my own life, but I'm so aware of everything.
I've told you our story. Please, Won't you help us?
Tell me the truth. I'm just gonna do this to every... Apparently I'm really leaning into the whole prying into people's brains thing. It would be so fucked. Surely this would be illegal in real life. Like, it's such a fucked up thing to do to somebody. Like, if somebody could go around and just go like, tell me your deepest secrets. That would be so horrifying.
My husband, he was part of the ISIS Council. He was a strong supporter of the Queen and the Republic. His views weren't always popular. Over time, he became convinced that Vaklu was trying to kill Queen Talia.
Ooh, like Darren Brown.
He tried to kill Vaklu to protect the Queen. The conspiracy was discovered.
Doesn't Darren Brown just basically do like cold reading though? Like
what he did was wrong.
A wizard is what I came out
so
with.
Difficult
I don't
since
think
then.
Wizards do that.
I just want
like
to
what are they called?
And start a new life.
Like crystal ball readers and tarot readers and stuff like
No
that.
one else
Mediums, all those people. Not wizards. So her husband tried to like fucking kill the guy because he's obviously comically evil, and then she's in trouble. I'll see what I can do and see if I can find one. Many people in ISIS who are looking for an open starport visas in order to leave the city before things get worse. If you found a visa, you might have a difficult decision of who to give it to. Ooh. Okay. There might be some moral decisions to make. Some ethical dilemmas. Like, who are you?
You have the look of someone used to adversity. A cut above the rabble around here.
Level 12 tarot
I have a business
reader.
proposition for you. Everyone around here begs and pleads night and day.
Just be
for
like
open
Gambit where they throw
starport
cards
visas.
at you and hurt you.
Very touching how well they act out their lives.
It's a rare X-Men
Or
reference from me because I have
It
not really
doesn't
watched
matter,
the
really.
X-Men.
What does matter is credits. Hard currency.
I've got a
I
fucking
offer you
lot of credits.
2,000 credits if you find an open starport visa. You won't find a better deal.
I'll be totally honest with you. That's nothing to me. That's like... I would throw away 2,000 credits if it made a satisfying noise. Like, that's nothing. I'll be going now. Goodbye. The other guy, I can make 2,000 credits in like 15 minutes if I just like... Probably less. Probably like 2 minutes if I just went around selling off some of the endless shit I pick up. Hello. A caged animal appears restless. I mean... Look at the fucking size of the cage. This is like when people put their goldfish in like a tiny bowl like that. Obviously they're stressed. Look at the fucking state of him. Oh, I don't know why he's so restless. He's only been here for 3 weeks in this tiny pod. Fuck me. News hologram. Any more news? Any more news? Is this like a 24-hour news cycle so they just fucking pump it constantly?
In the Council of Lords today, Lord Dashiell recommended a special commendation for Colonel Tobin due to his brilliant command of our armada in the skies above Onderon. Without him, Lord Dashiell said, the Republic attack would surely have done more damage. Tobin is one of ISIS's greatest heroes and deserves recognition.
I like her newscaster voice. I love a shit American newscaster voice. Like, if you ever watch American news, they all talk in the exact same cadence, and it's all freaky as fuck. It's like there was a, Emma and I watched a movie called Blowout the other day. John Travolta, it's a Brian De Palma movie. And one of the characters is, briefly, one of the very minor characters is a journalist, like a reporter. And he is so, like, he has the journalist voice, the American journalist voice, where he's like, it's like a newsreader. And he sounds so comically sleazy and evil that both Emma and I were both like, he's definitely evil. He's definitely scamming them or in a conspiracy. And I won't spoil if he is or not, but it's such a comically evil, slimy voice. It's great. Same in Australia. I noticed that when we watched Last Stop Larrimah, the documentary about the Irish-Australian guy getting murdered in a tiny town in Australia. Every journalist that they talked to had exactly the same cadence and voice, and it was very similar to the Americans. We're here in Larrimah! It's we've all passed through tiny towns in our day. This might be the tiniest I've seen, Fran. That's right, Brad. It's like, oh, I hate these people so much. I hope they all get cancer or something. Like something bad needs to happen to these freaks. Australian newsreader voice is so weird. What is this?
Oh, she stuffed it up for us. No, off the news. Let's have another crack.
Tasmania's Australian of the Year award recipients have been announced at a ceremony in Hobart.
Oh, it's so weird. It's actually quite similar to the Irish. This feels like a perfect mid-ground between the Irish newsreader and the American newsreader. It's really weird.
The founder of Charity Colony 47, Reverend James Colville, was named...
Like, they don't sound human. It's real, like, if you ever watch RTE News or something, they all have not as much anymore. Like, not as much anymore. You see more people, I think, with slightly more regional accents. But, like, a lot of the main newsreader types will have that sort of weird cadence where, like, nobody's ever actually spoken like that. Like, can I just get any RTE News broadcast? RTE News. Or RTE News website. Mystery of the engagement ring found in the Wicklow Mountains. Ooh. Can you just give me like some, like the 6-1 News? Is there like a full broadcast of the 6-1 News? Probably not. This is all going to be like clips from interviews and documentaries and stuff, isn't it? Oh. Israel-Palestine, two-state solution explained. Fuck off, RTE. You can see how different her normal voice is. It's weird. Because when she breaks and she sounds like a new... Brian Dobson's retiring. This might give you some stuff because he talks a bit like that.
Now, RTE's Brian Dobson today announced he was retiring from the national...
She sounds almost normal. I don't think we have it as bad. She sounds almost normal. There's a bit of a twank. There's a different blonde newsreader whose name I can't remember, who's much worse.
Broadcaster, after what he said were 37 fantastic years. RTE's Director General, Kevin Backhurst, said Mr. Dobson...
She definitely has a bit of the cadence,
to the
but it's
most
not as
important
dramatic.
Stories and represented the best in public service broadcasting. Brian will leave the station in April, and Brian Dobson joins me now in studio. Brian, 37 years, many of them spent in that very
I'm
chair.
not just watching the news, I'm aware.
It's just like old times, really.
That's so awkward, by the way. It's like, he represents the best in public broadcast, and he's sitting right there. I'd be so freaked out by this.
You decided to go now?
Well, I will be retiring anyway next year, so I'm going a little bit early, but not really that early.
Okay, he has the cadence.
I have been fortunate enough in those 37 years to do everything in journalism that I would have wanted to have done. I've been fortunate...
Nobody's ever spoken like this. Can't bring up Welsh newsreaders, poor you. I don't think I could name a Welsh newsreader. It's like, if I could definitely name some English newsreaders, because BBC is world famous, obviously. But some specifically Welsh ones, I don't think I could name one. Like, I could name people from maybe Channel 4 or BBC or even ITV, maybe. Like, who retired recently that everybody liked? Everybody liked the old man with the white hair. Everybody was, like, hot for him for a while. Everybody was like, he's so fucking sexy. Who was he? Jon Snow, maybe? Jon Snow, that's it, thank you. Old man that everyone was hot for immediately. Jon Snow. Posh Irish. This is very posh Irish. This is like Trinity educated Irish. Anyway, let's close that. Let's go back over here. Hugh was on the big news, BBC. I don't know. I'd probably recognise him if I saw him. Like Trevor McDonald, everybody knows. Jon Snow, I feel like everybody knew. I feel like Jon Snow got famous for memes for a while. Like, he would do things like read out fucking raps in his posh voice, and people would go like, ha ha ha, so charming. I thought Jon Snow was a Game of Thrones character. I feel like there were jokes about that too. There was the scandal a couple of months ago. Was there a scandal? BBC scandals? That never happens. Now, how big a scandal? Are we talking U-Tree, or are we talking, like, laundering money or something? Do you not listen to anything I say about Wales? The sexting scandal. Woo! Why are you looking at me? I don't like how you're just standing there. Hello, Captain Riken.
Welcome to what must be the smelliest place in the universe, Offworlder. How can I assist you?
You remind me a lot of that, like, comically sexy boy from, Criminal Minds. Why are there so many beast cages around?
Ithorians have been buying them to help rebuild Telos. I don't know why, but ever since they started, the beast riders have been crawling out of the woodworks to sell them animals. But the Republic blockade has meant long delays, and because of that, beast cages are filling up the streets of Isis.
What's that tower?
That's an air defense tower. The city's filled with them. Isis is an ancient city, and for many generations, our main enemy was the beast riders that lived outside the city.
Towers like these were built to protect us against Drexel and their beast riders.
What's a Drexel? Have we seen a Drexel yet? Sounds like something from D&D.
A Drexel is a flying beast. Huge creatures with teeth the size of your arms. Lethal, and skin like ferrosteel plates. Somehow the beast riders figured out how to tame them years ago.
That's nice. I feel like he was made out to be a creep, but he was seeing a young male sex worker, but not underage. I can't remember the full story of the Hugh scandal. Was he thinking like lol was lots of love? Like he said he was DTF and thought it meant dinner Thursday and Friday. I think my grandparents think lol means lots of love. I feel like I've gotten texts from them saying something like that. It's a very grandparent thing to do. Although my grandparents, I don't even really think text much. Like I think I've gotten maybe 2 or 3 texts over the course of my life from my grandparents. They call, they don't have the internet, and they barely know how to text. They still use phones with buttons on them. I only learned of this market fairly recently, that you can still buy phones with like big buttons, like flip phones with buttons, like from the 2000s. Why is my Mandalorian running around like a cat with the zoomies in the background? Is everybody else seeing that? It's like you've just heard scraping from a litter box and I was like... Now he's just staring at the wall. Are you okay? The Beast Riders aren't your enemies anymore. What happened?
About 50 years ago, Princess Gallia married one of the great leaders of the Beast Riders, Orin Kira. That was right at the start of the Beast Wars. By the end of it, Gallia was crowned queen,
that's a
and finally there
Transformers,
was peace between our
actually,
people.
not a Star Wars. You're getting your franchises crossed. At the end of it, Gallia was crowned queen, and finally there was peace. Are you still allies?
It's hard to put aside centuries of conflict. There's an uneasiness between our people. The Beast Riders are upset that General Vaklu has forbidden Drexel in Isis. Citizens usually only see the fallen Beast Riders, who know better than thugs.
Okay, that's fine. I'll be going now.
Stay out of trouble.
Lore. It's a nice lore. Being able to text grandparents. I'm aware that my family in general seem a bit younger than everybody in chats. Like, everybody in chat seems to have ancient parents and grandparents. My grandparents are 74, 75-ish. My parents are only in their very early 50s. So I think they'll be around for a while. Which is nice. Because I think I've made plans to go have dinner with my grandparents on Sunday, which would be good. Not ancient, just normal ages for adults. I mean, I guess, look, you have to realise a lot of these people come from rural Ireland, which, if you don't have a child by 20, you're seen as weird, right? Not anymore, but definitely back then. Like, I think my grandparents got married when they were like 19. Like, it's a different era. My mom is what, 50? My nana probably had her when she was like 21, something like that. 25, 21, some early 20s definitely. And then my parents had me when they were in their early 20s. So like, yeah. My mum was 19, but I am the youngest. Dreya is descended from a long clan of heavy shaggers. Probably in her 30s, having me, not sure. See, now that's completely normal, but I feel like back in the day, especially in Ireland, that was not normal. Like, if you waited till your 30s to get married and have kids, especially outside of a city, that would have been like, what are you doing? Do you have notions? Do you think you're better than us? We live in a bog. What are you doing? I don't ever remember her being younger than 30. It's weird, because I recently enough saw pictures of my parents with me as a baby, because they were like clearing out photo albums and stuff like that. And so I just happened to glimpse a few of them. And they looked so shockingly young. Like, they looked terrifyingly young. My dad looks like a fucking baby. And I was like, oh my god. That put some stuff in perspective. Jesus. Waiting till my 40s to touch another. I mean, like, again, I'm 28, so I'm about 5 years on from when my parents had me. And there is no chance. There's just none. Not only do I not like kids, but Christ, that's terrifying. Onderon Soldier, Gigoran. Is that your name or race? I actually don't know.
Please tell me you're an off-worlder. You came from the spaceport, right?
Oh, Scoob! Maybe late 30s, because I only remember her being 40 and over. Wow. Again, my parents are quite young, basically. Although, I'd be interested to see how that changes based on country. Because Ireland, up until, I would say, the 90s, was kind of, like, considered a developing country, right? So, maybe it was different. Yes, I am.
But this is good news. You have a starport visa, right? I can only sell my best weapons if you have that. These soldiers ensure that I don't forget these formalities.
Watch it, Keg. The captain already has enough complaints about you.
No need to be alarmed, my foreign friend. Pay the soldier no heed. Pretend
you're such a comical nerd. Okay. Sure, what do you sell?
Large variety of weapons. My stock is very good. You might want to buy some before the general decides he needs more blasters. Then weapon merchants like myself have the honor of providing them to him at a substantial discount, even below what it costs us. We do it happily, or else.
Or else what, Keg?
Or else we are very unhappy at not being able to do our part.
I kind of like this guy. I'd like to see your stock. Sure. Ooh, some life support. I'll take those. Again, I have more money than sense at the moment, so give me all these. Give me some antidote packs. Parts. I could take some parts. You've only got one anyway. Any cool weapons? You've only got an ion rifle. That's not... You liar. Catch you later, gamers. You've got some decent armor stock, I think. Ooh, a crystal. I'll take a crystal, please. Any cool blasters or anything? Not really. I mean, this I don't think is any better than his. Misk? You don't have that much. I'll take a pinpoint scope, because maybe I can upgrade that guy's stuff. Can't have a little Dreya running about critiquing kids' shows. I find the premise of this laughable. For one, dinosaurs couldn't talk, and secondly, these two live millions of years apart. Are you referring to Barbie and the yellow Stegosaurus or Triceratops or whatever the fuck it is? I snubbed the Wiggles as a kid. I didn't really watch a lot of kids' shows, by the way. When I was a young kid, I feel like I watched a little bit of like the teen shows. Like I watched a decent amount of like Drake and Josh, and I never watched any like young kids shows. And then as soon as I got to be a teen, I was like, nah, we're not watching any of this shit. Then we had a school excursion to see the Wiggles movie, and I was the convert. I feel like if you don't like the Wiggles, do you get your Australian citizenship taken away? Because they've got to be, and this is depressing to even say, they've got to be one of Australia's main cultural exports, right? The Wiggles. It's them, Crocodile Dundee, Steve Irwin. The Sydney Opera House is just a symbol. And I don't know, AC/DC, maybe. I'm not saying those are the best things. A lot of them are patently not, but they've got to be the most famous. Neighbours is definitely up there on Home and Away, and Bluey now. Bluey's probably superseded the Wiggles even now. Emma watched an episode of Bluey recently and cried again. When I was a young boy, my Dreya took me into the city. I'm not even going to finish that. I like that song more than I used to. I still don't love it. Hello.
There must come a time when the Queen bows to the will
like
of
that
the
guy
people.
in Skyrim.
The Republic has brought nothing but war
Bringing
and
it back
death.
around earlier.
In our 50 years
Oh,
of flying
can't
their
even know
colors,
the
we
Mad
have had
Max
more
as well.
war
Mad
than
Max
the
is
past
definitely
millennia. Back General Vaklu in his effort to make her see reason. We
Baz
do not
Luhrmann?
need the Republic. They need
Mad Max
our
is funny.
resources, our world, and our blood. For all that we have given, now we get nothing. The Republic is weak and falling apart. Its Jedi, whose fallen brethren
That'll be the
have
latest
brought
one
such
in the 4-length
misery to
special
us,
design. It
have
was.
disbanded.
She said it was longer.
Let's be the first world to take our future into our hands. Are you with me?
Sure. Recent Aussie pop culture, not great though, generally. No film funding anymore. It's a bit like us, I think. Like, our arts funding is notoriously shit, so we still get a couple. A lot of successful games. Oh, you know what? I think, and again, this is going to sound like a joke, but I promise it's not. I'm really sincere about my love for this. I think probably the best media thing that's come out of Australia in a long time is probably the Frog Detective trilogy. Genuinely love it. Are you with me? Who, me? Are you talking specifically to me here and not the crowd?
Yes, you! It is up to each and every one of us to
I should
turn the
play them.
tide, to take control of our future.
You know the Little Gator game? That's clearly taking a lot of inspiration from the Frog Detective games. But the Frog Detective games are like 7 levels above it. Not my concern. This isn't my home planet. Surely the Republic does something in return for you. Are these Brexiteers? I was barely paying attention. I think these may be Brexiteers.
No, they take from us.
They're Brexiteers.
They are like Minox, sucking energy and
I saw it on a
resources
space
from so many
bus.
worlds.
We could be putting
they bleed us
money
for
into
their
our
bureaucracy
space
and their
NHS.
excesses.
That's enough, Ponlar. If you keep this up, you're going to spend time in detention. You're coming
Not
awfully
like he's a
close to treason.
5-year-old.
You can't silence me forever, soldier. But I'll keep my peace. For now.
Okay, well, there's tension. Crowd. I like how each one of these people is just named Crowd. Okay. Oh, there's some boys who are going to try and kill me. The Space EU are telling us how straight our space bananas need to be. They're telling us how shapely our crisps need to be. What else did he fucking say?
You don't understand the people of Onderon. They're proud and have fought many adversities to get where they are, mostly by themselves, too. They have given much to the Republic, and so little in return. General Vaklu believes independence would be ISIS's best interest.
The Republic fought battles to free Onderon from Mandalorian warriors. Should be thankful. Queen Talia's young but looks after her people.
The Mandalorians would never been on that moon if it weren't for Exar Kun, and he was a fallen Jedi. I think General Vaklu's right.
I don't know about this. I don't want to get involved.
Let's discuss this further at the cantina.
There's lots of gamers and game industry stuff in Melbourne. A city of gamers. I don't know if there's anywhere like that in... it'll probably be Dublin, right? But that's probably the only place with arts funding. Like... I can't really think of any game studios that are Irish, to be honest. Is there any famous Irish game studios? We have a lot of famous musicians and actors and playwrights and writers and stuff like that, but I can't think of any video game stuff. Maybe there is. Maybe there's some very famous Irish video game developers, but I could not name one. Let's go fight these robots. May as well get it over with. A lot of good Irish actors. Yeah, it's weird, considering that, oh, they're gonna fight me in a second. Considering that Ireland is known, I would say, almost primarily in the world for their art. You know, for music, acting, films, books. Like, that's really our stock, because we're such a tiny country. We really punch above our weight, because we speak English, and for some reason, seem to have a lot of good artists. We really punch above our weight, culturally, in terms of representation on the world stage. And yet, the Irish government puts almost no funding into the arts. Less and less every year. Alright, you gonna fight me? There we go. Yeah, fantastic. We'll fight you. I'm gonna do the Destroy Droid command. And what can you do? I would like you to do Master Power Blast, Rapid Shot. I think Rapid Shot's pretty good. And then you, I don't know, do Shock Arm. Just do your little business. Fantastic. Now you immediately stopped doing that. There we go. This will be easy. Another one? And then just hit him with a stick. Fantastic. You're big. Oh my god, I took so much damage. I was so cocky and confident there that I didn't even check my health through that entire fight. Is nobody gonna, like, nobody's bothered by what just happened? Every droid taken is a lost child of the Mecha MILF. I guess a Mecha MILF. The instant image or character that I conjured up to me is GLaDOS. Because GLaDOS, for some reason, gives off a MILF aura. Right? Like GLaDOS, I don't think it's ever specified how old she is. I mean, she's ageless, she's a robot. But GLaDOS really does give off a MILF aura to
I
me.
won't remain silent any longer.
Oh, shut up. Are you doing it again?
Actively...
Yeah, go away. Oh, it's another one. Okay. You will go quietly. I'll keep it quiet.
I will
No,
not.
he can resist
my
my
cause is
mind
just.
mush.
The Queen must bow to our will.
Okay, tell everyone to stop.
My
There we
head.
go, it's working.
Everyone stop now. I will go quietly.
I don't know what you did, but thank you, Offworlder. That was too close for me.
I mean, I don't like you either, but I don't want lots of death. Quote Ed, GLaDOS gives off a MILF aura. She does. Okay, I mean, where exactly are we going? Hello, Enda.
I'm quite busy right now. Perhaps later we could talk.
Okay, ASMR. I'm quite busy right now, but maybe we could talk later. Some more boys. Every corner I turn, there's another, like, fucking weird event. Hello. Captain Bastuco.
The sky ramp is restricted to military personnel only. Stay clear of here, Offworlder.
Okay, what is the sky ramp?
The sky ramp leads to the battlements, and this particular ramp leads straight to the palace itself. No civilians are allowed past this point.
What if I force persuaded you? What if I'm gonna full into force persuade? Fuck.
I will let you... No, you're not permitted past this point.
You've got a strong brain, old man.
Offworlder, before you test my patience any further.
Fine, I'll be going now. I'll find another way through, I'm sure. We could probably hack into something and kill all these boys. Western Square. Anywhere else we need to go here? I love how he switched up midway. It's kind of nice. It's a fun way of doing it. I mean, nice is the wrong word. Again, it would be fucking horrifying to have that done to you. I can't imagine many things that would make me more angry than having my brain jacked. Like, can you imagine how... If you realised that was happening, if you realised, oh, this is a fucking Jedi, and they're trying to jack my brain, I would immediately start punching. It would be so fucking awful. Hello, Franz. Hello, Zara. Slice the computer. Actually, no, don't yet. I'll use my tech boy. How's your tech, actually, Mr. Armor? Mr. Crab, how's your tech? If I go to skills. Your computer use is 0. Okay. Never mind. Do you have anything? Your treat injury is really good. Persuade is not great. Awareness is good. And... what else? Really, it's just that. Treat injury and awareness. Okay, well, fine. Mr. Bin, you take this off. I don't look for GLaDOS art, but some leak out into the normal internet, and the ones that show up have absolute MILF vibes. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I've ever looked up GLaDOS Rule 34 or anything. But occasionally, just while you're surfing the internet normally, you'll see some. And it's always like, you know, gives off sort of angry MILF vibes. Sure. I don't think I have, because I don't think... What would you do with GLaDOS, is the thing. Like, GLaDOS is... I'm gonna say it, this might be controversial. I think GLaDOS is the single hottest robot character in media. But she basically doesn't have a body. So what do you do? How could you make GLaDOS, like, physically sexy? I remember I showed Emma a picture of GLaDOS, because I mentioned...
Show us your tits! Show them!
I mentioned that GLaDOS was the hottest robot at some point, and to Emma, and Emma was like, I don't know what GLaDOS is, show me a picture. And I showed Emma a picture of GLaDOS. She went, this is basically just a CCTV camera. What the fuck are you talking about? And I had to turn to her and say the most insufferable phrase in the world, which was, it's about her personality. Which is such a prickish thing to say, but it is. Slice the computer. Logout sequence initiated. Access denied. Oh, well, I'm glad I did that then. Let's go. Let's go to the Western Square, I suppose. None of us have any persuade. Wait, I've never actually checked. Does Mr. Bin have a high persuade? I don't know how he would. No, he has 0 persuade. You have awareness, computer use, a little bit of demolitions, and repair. And security. You're great. You're so good. You're my tech boy. Jay told me once that the Perth train voiceover lady had a hot voice. See, it's a thing. The voice is also very important. I'm pretty sure I've seen it all appearing on Imgur. See, like, if I just saw a picture of GLaDOS without playing the video games or without hearing the voice, I wouldn't get it either. But it's all part of us. Maybe it's because she's so mean. I don't know. Oh, hello.
We don't get many shuttles coming to these anymore, especially shuttles without passengers. A good friend works at the starport and noticed this. Erasing questions. Questions I've answered. So you a Dorito. Last of a dying breed, they say. Too difficult to fight alone, they say. So meet some of my new employees. The bounty on your head will make me and my men extremely wealthy. This is my lucky day.
Who are you? Right. Do you have a name? Rhodian Mercenary. You're just some guy. Okay. I mean, I'm going to put on a shield. I'm going to use my Master Force Barrier. That's the first thing. You should also put on a shield. Maybe the energy shield. And then start blasting. Do whatever you can, basically. And then I will... Maybe you do a carbonite projector and then just start doing shock arms. Get him down. And then I will... start force waving? Seems about right. There we go. Fantastic. Just keep doing force waves. Keep doing it. There we go. Fantastic work. Doing going well. Run up here. Force wave specifically on him. I got a grenade thrown at me there. That's going to hurt in a second, I think. More force waves. There we go. This was not too bad. Do another one, just for fun. Okay, this went perfectly fine. I think, are we all good? I think we're all good. Let's search the remains. Man, these mercenaries are not sending their best. I feel, by the way, I love that you have a train voiceover person that you can actually understand. Like, I feel like every time I've been in a bus or a train station, the voiceover has been so crackly and badly transmitted that I have no idea what the fuck they sound like. It could be any gender, age, anything. I have no idea.
So 6 coach station trains on.
They're very crisp. I have never managed to make out a word. And you'd think that would be a priority, because I see those overworked information booth people who look like they want to kill themselves. Of Irish NP bus voice. Like, I've seen those people who every time an announcement happens, an old woman goes up to them and says, how's... what did that say? Where do I need to go? My ticket says this, but I think that voice may have said something different. And they go, oh god. You'd think they'd install some better speakers. Bluetooth speakers aren't that expensive, that are fairly crisp. Instead of like old-fashioned tannoys. In Wales, we get the tannoy announcements in English and Welsh. Depends on the place here, I would say. Sometimes it's in Irish. All text is in Irish and English here. Like if it's a public building, like a government state building, all text by law has to be in English and Irish. But finding somebody who speaks Irish is actually fairly difficult, so I don't think they usually do spoken announcements unless it's pre-recorded. Like if they're if it's a pre-recorded robot voice, then sometimes like for the bus, if you have you know that voice that's like, stand clear, bus doors opening, stand clear, bus doors opening, that'll then also play in Irish. That kind of thing. But the actual driver doing the tannoy, they don't speak Irish. If you miss it in one language, you have a chance to catch the second. I could even tell you, despite hearing it about 1,000 times, I don't even think I could tell you what it sounds like. Bus Éireann. This isn't going to be on YouTube. Bus Éireann. Door. Oh, luggage doors. Bus Éireann luggage doors. The new Bus Éireann luggage doors operating voiceover. Luggage doors operating. Shear. Something, something, something. I think it's shear. Stand clear, right?
Stand clear. Luggage doors operating.
That's so quiet. Shear. Something, something, Agosta. I'm so bad. Right, I'm so bad at Irish. Filters. Jump up the gain by like 26.
Stand clear. Luggage doors operating. Shafts shear. There
we go. That's what it sounds like. So that will play in both. But in general, no. Bus NB. Hear it all the time in Athlone. Oh yeah, you hear it all the time, but you just don't take it in. I thought I'd crack my phone screen, but it's just some fancy graphic you put in the bottom right. What, this thing? Some little ivy. It's to match this. It's to match this. And oh, I also have a new break screen, which I haven't played yet. There we go. That's a new little break screen. It's a bit more relaxed and quiet and silhouetted. It's a bit more relaxing, I hope. I wanted to make something a bit more relaxed. The background needs to be green. I might change the background. I mean, this is all just sort of version 1, I would say. Bit quiet, but yeah, it seems like a neurodivergent person made a whole playlist of them. Is this like when people get really into trains? This train runs from Perth to High Wycombe.
This train runs from Perth to High Wycombe, stopping at all stations.
If this is the one Jay's talking about, I do kind of get it. This train runs from Perth to High Wycombe, stopping at all stations. Right, let's go back to the game. Riveting content. This is what my stream is. Right, where are we now? Just got attacked by some boy. Oh, there's a lot of blood over here and ruins. Is this meant to be happening? Beast Rider thugs. Is this like the bad part of town? Is this like North Main Street in Cork or something? Is this Holly Hill? Is this space Holly Hill?
A lot of credits to be made around here lately, if you have the right skills.
Okay. I'm having fun. Why is it a stereotype that autistic people love trains and buses so much? Like public transport in general. It seems like every other one I meet has a special interest in like, you know, train serial numbers or like bus doors. It's very wholesome, but I don't know why that's a stereotype. Can I talk to you?
Beasts are acting up again.
Okay.
Some of those alien thugs had a go at you, right? I don't want to cross you.
Ooh, I have a reputation. Model trains are really fun, apparently. I never got to have one. Neither did I. I think they must be very expensive, or they probably take a lot of room. That's probably the reason why I didn't have any when I was a kid. Also, I'm on the wrong screen. How do I change this? It's 5, 6, 4? Is it 4? I don't think my keys are working anymore. Hang on. Switch to the game screen. There we go. That'll be better. They're expensive, I think. They look kind of fun. I imagine, like a lot of toys, though, unless you're really genuinely passionate about them, I imagine you'd get bored pretty quickly. Like, unless you're the kind of intense train nerd that's, like, really into all the specific things about trains and, like, keeps track of the serial numbers and old models of classic trains and stuff like that. I imagine after about 6 hours you'd be like, I'm kind of bored of this now. Hello, 1B8D.
I am 1B8D, an automated droid vendor.
Oh, okay.
I have in stock a variety of quality droid components, no refunds, and no haggling. Do you have any interest in my goods?
Not right now, but I'll check later. Now imagine working in IT in a train company. The most neurodivergent job. Beast Rider Thug again. Who are you, a commoner?
Any work that needs to be done?
No, I'm looking for the same thing.
This is Dagon Kent's place. He's not the best.
Oh, we're here. I
doctor
forgot
you'll
this is
ever
where I was
meet,
going.
But he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here.
I have some vaguely Lovecrafty books over there. There's probably Dagon mentions in them. Where is he?
A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower.
Real good murder.
From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
Oh no. Could Dagon have done this?
He's certainly capable of it. And probably stupid enough to get caught.
Yes.
But we need him.
That's kind of fun.
Suspicion of
I
murder
like
or
that.
not.
He's definitely capable of what tower? I thought it'd be like, no, of course, he's a good man. Yeah, and he's a bit of an idiot as well.
It's the turret tower on the other side of the market. Captain Riken is the man to talk to.
Oh, we talked to him already. Okay, thanks for the information.
If you talk
he was
to
the
him,
hot boy,
tell him
right?
I got his 20 credits.
Okay, fine. Can I go into any of these doors? I can. Is his door? Can I go in here? I can. There's like a whole little area. This looks like maybe a hospital. I think when I was a kid, the closest thing I ever came to having a train set was I had one of those, like, Skelextrics. Is that what they're called? Am I even pronouncing that a little bit right? You know, those, like, magnetic racing car tracks where they're, like, you arrange all these, like, clippable magnetic race car things. A road, I guess that's what they're called, together. And then these little cars like slot into them. Slot car racing, is that what they're also called? You slot a car into it and it goes around and around and around, and you can like control the braking and stuff like that. And I thought it was very fun for about 2 hours. that's kind of the issue with them. That was really fun for about 2 hours and then went, Chris. I don't think I ever really played it properly though. Oh, this is probably where he works. I forgot he was a doctor. I'm gonna steal his chemicals though. Is that just a corpse that's on this? By the way, can I like take a look at you? Are you wearing boots or do you just look like that? You might just be meat under there. I don't know if I want to look under the cover. Ooh, Skelextric? Yes. Did I just look in this bag? No, some more chemicals. Fun fact, in the early 90s, I learned how in aircraft, the alert voice of things like pull up, was the voice of one woman, I think the wife of one of the engineers. Hers was chosen as deemed the most annoying voice that you couldn't ignore, so you had to be compelled to perform the action. That's so mean. It's like I used to do that with alarms. I have 2 ways of setting alarms, and I've transitioned from one to the other. When I was in secondary school or something and I was setting phone alarms, it would be the most annoying noise I could find, like something really harsh, whether it was a song or something like that, like really harsh metal or like a really irritating loud beeping noise. So it was like, and I'd put it like under my bed or something, so it was like I have to get up to turn that shit off. Now I do the opposite, where my alarms now, you can do this on the default. I used to have an app specifically for this, but now I think you can do it on the default Samsung app. You can choose from a playlist on Spotify or a playlist on your phone or a track on your phone or something like that. So I'll pick like, you know, Brian Eno or some other ambient track or like, you know, some ambient like obscure Japanese album or something like that. And I'll have it set to slowly increase in volume over about 2.5 minutes. and play, you know, maybe about 5 minutes before I have to get up, so that I just sort of gently wake up. It's much nicer. And I now do that, and I feel like it's better for my sanity. But both work. I just wake up. I cannot just get to sleep until it's time to get up. I'm a little bit... I have been like that at various points of my life. I think I'm getting a little bit better now. I've been taking melatonin recently. And I think it's kind of helping. Although it does make me sleepier the next day, I find. Like, melatonin makes me sleep easier, but I stay sleepy longer in the middle of the day. I use the default one, so it doesn't matter if I hate it. That's true. You have to... I could only do it via playlist, because I think waking up to any song, no matter how much you like it, will make you hate it. Same with phone calls, because I hate phone calls. I resent voice calls of any sort, to be honest. So if I put a song that I like as my phone ringtone, I think I would grow to resent it and hate it quite a lot. You're trying to hormone me up. I don't know what this is referring to. Oh, it's because melatonin's a hormone. I went on mirtazapine, which makes you very sleepy within 10-15 minutes as fuck. Also settles ADHD and anxiety symptoms, so it's very helpful. I'm usually not a fan of taking meds myself. I fell asleep to Eminem once and woke up just annoyed. Ruined a couple of songs like that before I learned. Same. Are you going to try and fight me? Because I need to go back here. I think I'm having a fine time with melatonin. I don't take it every day because, like I said, it makes it harder to get up in the mornings, basically. But normally, and I'm quite good, by the way. I don't know why. I don't know what this is in my brain. But when I need to get up for like an appointment or something, I will usually wake up like 5 minutes before my alarm anyway. Like, something in my brain is like, okay, this one is actually important. You have shit scheduled. Like, wake up now. And I'm usually fine. But it's just on like days where I'm not doing anything particular or time sensitive, I need it. Melatonin gave me a massive headache. Type of a choose to keep it. I think it's fine for me, but normally when I wake up in the mornings, if I don't take it, if I get, 6-7 hours of sleep or whatever, I'll wake up to that music that, slowly increases in volume, and I'll wake up and go, and get up, right? Whereas if I take melatonin, I feel like I wake up and go, oh fuck, don't make me get up. So it's a different vibe. It does help you sleep. Like, within, I would say, it might be a placebo effect. When I take melatonin, it feels like 15 minutes later I'm like, oh, I'm drowsy. But I don't think it acts that fast. Would you like me to record your wake-up message? Fucking wake up! Hello, boys. Another twink bounty hunter. Weed helps knocks me out, and that's not a placebo, baby. Actually, you know what? Weed would be great for me. I'll send it on with the mail poem. Weed would help me because the only thing weed did to me was make me so unbelievably sleepy. Like, sleepy to the point where I genuinely nearly fell asleep while standing up when I took weed in Amsterdam. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. It would put me to sleep immediately. Melatonin can do it in like 15 minutes, yes. So maybe it isn't a placebo, or maybe it is. I mean, it doesn't really matter either way, right? Because the whole point of placebos is that they do work. A friend in need's a friend indeed. A friend with weed is better. Sorry, I hate that song. How do you know me?
The exchange is quite a bounty on you. Your head's worth many credits. Escape. Jedi escape. Sorry, I've lost the plot of this conversation. I wasn't listening. My mom loved Placebo. She was such a huge Placebo fan. I didn't hear the original version of Running Up That Hill until I was like 23. I had only heard the Placebo version. And the original version is pretty good. I don't really like the Placebo version. I'm not a big Placebo fan. Good taste, Mom. I heard that fucking song so often. Friend in need, friend indeed. Make a deal with God. Force Wave, please. I mean, Force Wave seems to take care of all you fuckers pretty easily.
Oh, there's people right beside us. This might go worse then. Hang on, let me do a shield. That'll be good. And then just keep doing force waves. You've got plenty of mana. You keep shooting them. You keep shooting them. Like, this should be fine, right? Everybody's stunned. Everybody's falling over. It's not okay. How am I doing? Another force wave? Yeah, there we go. Move in here. Just start flurrying this guy. Is our shield still up? I think so. This isn't too bad. Why are you running? You're like in armor. You should be helping me. All good? All good. I think we're fine. I quickly developed a tolerance to it. Sometimes I popped 2. Do not do this. I got melatonin in HK because it's not prescription there, but I didn't feel like it did much. Maybe I need to take it regularly and just not once in a while. I think it does maybe need to build up. Maybe. I think that might be a thing. Can you stream until 7? I need to stay at work and not kill a delivery driver. What Dreya is saying is we need to put the Without You I'm Nothing album into the kazoo queue this week. Oh. My mum made me, because I knew more about computers than her when I was a kid. My mum used to make me burn off compilation CDs for her car. That ages me really badly. That ages me so badly. But Placebo was a common one for her. My mum's car. I mean, even at the time, that was old-fashioned, I will stress. Like, my dad always had, like, Bluetooth and aux cables and stuff in his car. But my mum's cars, for some reason, always had, like, fucking tape decks and CD players. It's bizarre. I used to burn compilation CDs from my car. Oh. But, so I remember burning compilation CDs for her, and just albums for me, for when I was in her car. Like, I burned off, like, you know, off the top of my head, In Rainbows by Radiohead onto a blank CD. If anything, that ages you younger. So that you were doing it for your mum, not yourself.
General, we have found them again.
Have we, Tobin? Or is this a preface to another of your failures?
Cutscene?
Consider the whole field, Tobin. Why would a Jedi...
I just think using CDs at all is old now, right? Yeah, there we go. Zara's like, what is burning a CD? Like, I think using a CD at all makes you old.
But the fools are here.
To the youth.
The intel on
to the proper Gen Zers and the Gen Alphas. They're like, what's a CD? What do you mean burning it? Are you putting it in a fire?
Hold that order. Have her watched instead. The Jedi may
Zara's
prove
an
a solution
arsonist, so
to
it makes
another
sense.
one of our persistent problems.
That ages me quite badly. Everyone in chat and then old emojis. I still burn CDs and I literally never use Spotify. How old are... This is the thing. Zara, I don't think is indicative. Because Zara, I feel like, is about 48. Like... Zara's only about 25. Zara, if you talked to Zara and never, like, asked her age, you'd assume she was 48. Right, fantastic. Let's go to the tower. And the auntie is deceptive, exactly. My childhood was... I have a very old family. Zaz an old soul. My childhood was being in the back of the car while my parents had best of the 60s compilations playing. See, this is another thing with having relatively young parents, at least for this chat, is my parents exclusively listened to shit from the late 80s and 90s. Like, my dad's favourite stuff to play in the car when I was a kid was Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Oasis and R.E.M. and They Might Be Giants sometimes as well. So, like, not that... Like, when I was a kid, I was listening to 60s and 70s rock, and my parents were like, how the fuck are you listening to this shit? Like, it's so old and shit and broken. And I was like, it's good. Like, I was listening to Pink Floyd and stuff, and my dad was like, what the fuck are you doing listening to Pink Floyd? Listen to Pearl Jam instead. Zara thinks 1080p is when you spin around a lot while having a slash. That is horrific. My dad despised everything after 1990 except Bruce Springsteen. I was a bit like that. Like, I would refuse to listen to anything from after the 80s. And I was like, wrong, basically, because I was listening to really bad stuff. My parents were mad into Northern Soul, which, to be honest, I reckon is kind of cool. I don't even know what that refers to be honest. Is that a band or a genre? Like a movement, like Manchester. My dad as well, he doesn't hate it, he just doesn't know it. That'll be the next TikTok trend. Zara barks at the TV when she sees another dog. She doesn't know what a TV is. She thinks the dog is inside the TV. That's abstract enough that it made me quite laugh. Captain Rankin,
Back again,
please.
Off-worlder?
I'll show him stuff and he's like, that's nice, then forgets about it.
If I were you, I'd leave.
I feel like my parents are probably like that now. Like,
in the streets.
In their 50s. Like, my dad is one of these people. Despite all of the bands I just mentioned, I will stress, my dad has many times said to me that he doesn't quite get music and that he doesn't enjoy music. Like, he's one of the only people I've ever seen who doesn't really like music very much. Like, he'll very, very occasionally latch onto a band. And other than that, he'll be like, oh, I don't get it. He never listened to the radio or listened when I was a kid. He has, like, probably, like, 12 albums he likes. Like, he never listens to music by choice, it feels. Like, it's only, like, from movies or something. Is that the Icelandic lady you showed me? What's her name again? Aw. All of these assumptions are not jokes. They are Zara facts. Why is he listening then? I don't know. Like, he really genuinely likes R.E.M. R.E.M. was his favourite band. But other than that, I think he was just, like, ambivalent about music or neutral about music. I think it's the same now. Bork. I know someone whose voice can be heard in a choir performance on RTE Player who has no interest in music outside of performing it. It's just a thing for some people. Some people just don't vibe with music for some reason. I think he likes music that came out when he was about 18, right? So he likes R.E.M., he likes Pearl Jam, he likes some Cranberries stuff. But anything that came out after or before he was about 19, he does not listen to. Except very briefly when he was going through like a quarter-life crisis and got into Green Day for some reason. Started feeling all the feels when listening to R.E.M. I mean, I really like R.E.M. as well. Do you have a man called Dagon Gent in there? Imagine it's like the church scene in Blues Brothers, only with R.E.M. Just backflipping through the church.
We certainly do. He and several other people were picked up in connection to a murder.
Who got murdered? Maybe I could investigate it. I'm a Jedi, and I've been playing a lot of Shadows of Doubt.
Captain Sulio. She was in charge of the Starport checkpoint. A good soldier. Your friend was one of the last people that saw her alive. So far, he's just a suspect. But if he did it, the punishment is death.
If I did it, by O.J. Simpson.
The only person I know with the contacts to help us out. We need to get Dagon out of custody.
Okay, fine. Shadows of Doubt stream? Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I play games like that so slowly, it would be a nightmare to watch is the problem, which is why I haven't streamed it. I don't get Pink Floyd. They're what middle-class girls my age thought was the hip and happening hotties. Are you from 1962? Like, when were you born? What are you talking about? Were people in... their biggest album was from, like, 1975. I've got a bike, you can ride it. Okay, nobody's massively into, like... A lot of people are into Syd Barrett, Pink Floyd. I'm not one of them. I was raised in a suburban middle-class area, hence my old soul. Seems to be way more hate for Pink Floyd in the UK. Maybe they're bigger there than here. Here it's like people either love them or indifferent, don't know them. I love Pink Floyd. I really love Pink Floyd. They're one of my favourite bands. I'm shocked there's so much Pink Floyd hate. Had sad J-Rock news today, and I didn't even listen to them much, but I was 18 at the time I knew them, so I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Again, that could be a band or a genre. J-Rock. I was raised in a suburban middle-class area of Old Soul. Most guitarists, classic rock fans here like him. Yeah, I mean, I feel like most people are like, oh yeah, David Gilmour, amazing guitarist, and, you know, everybody likes The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon at a minimum. It's a genre. Zara thinks Pink Floyd just needs to be cooked a little longer. How long is Dagon going to be questioned?
Until we either eliminate him as a suspect or find the real killer. Dagon has quite a record with the authorities. The Colonel thinks that murder isn't too far a
Pink
stretch
Floyd
for
is
someone like him.
girls. Maybe if it's like AC/DC for us. I think AC/DC around the world is considered a bit shit. Like, at a minimum. Like, AC/DC, I will say, maybe they're like the movie Troy. Like, I think AC/DC, at least a couple of their albums, are very, very fun, and I like them. But they're objectively really shit. Like, AC/DC is a terrible band. Doesn't mean I don't like some of their stuff, but they're not good. And I think that might be the prevailing opinion. Unless you've got like a mullet that you've had since 1970 and you have never taken off a leather jacket. Maybe then you like AC/DC unironically. Here they have more like redneck connections, like, oh, are you right wing? That's definitely not a thing here. Why must you continue to slur Troy? Well, you said slut Troy. I like my Floyd medium. I wouldn't say they have right-wing tendencies here, AC/DC fans. I would say they're more like lame classic rock nerds, which maybe goes hand in hand with it actually, but like, you know, just sort of people who have like airbrushed dragons on the side of their van, probably like AC/DC a lot. I think they have a different vibe here than overseas. Like, they're just sort of lame dad rock, or granddad rock, I would say at this point. Lame granddad rock. Pink Floyd, lot of respect for people last week when they picked an AI-generated video. They did. It's really shit. An AI-generated video as a winner to a contest, ignoring hand-done ones that people spent like 18 months or 2 years making. They ran a competition for a video for like something from Dark Side of the Moon, and they chose an AI-generated thing, and it was like, fuck off, really? Number one, why are you making videos to Dark Side of the Moon? Number two, why did you do this? That's so embarrassing for them. I mean, I imagine, in their defense of the actual band, I imagine it's the studio doing it. Like, I imagine that David Gilmour is not fucking sitting down reviewing like music videos to like us or them or something, because he's probably doing other shit and he's like 80 years old. But it's still very cringe and embarrassing. Gilmour can't work VLC media player. Can I see him? How can I eliminate him as a suspect? I guess get an alibi for him.
I know Dagon personally. He's one of the worst doctors I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of him.
I can't see him deliberately killing someone. He was one of the last people seen with Captain Sulio in the cantina. Ask around there. I've heard he's got a good motive for killing her. If you can somehow clear that up and prove it wasn't him, Command will cut him loose. If I say any more, I'll get in trouble.
Okay, that's pretty good. So we just have to ask around and do a little bit of an investigation.
No way. We're under orders to make sure no one sees the murder suspects. Command is taking this very seriously.
Okay, I'll be going
Stay
now.
out of trouble.
So we're going to go to the canteen. Cantina, whatever it's called. We're going to go to the cantina, conduct an investigation. Next time. Because I'm about to end the stream now. I mean, I feel like we didn't really accomplish that much in this session, to be totally honest. But we did go to a new city, and we've established some stuff. We've got intrigue, politics, we've got a couple of leads. We can maybe try and brute force our way past there to see the Queen. We can ask Dagon once we free him after the investigation. Where the fuck is the cantina, by the way? I have no idea. Turret tower, spacecraft, Market Square. We'll find the cantina, I guess. Let me just do a save. Save game, new slot. Cantina. There we go, perfect. Mainly sidetracked thinking about robot MILFs. Yeah, I'd like to say no, but that is what happened a lot of the time. Right, thank you for watching. Please, the delivery person. There'll be other streams on, I'm sure. Better streams, because I honestly don't know why any of you are here. Close Crazy Frog YouTube videos and various Wikipedia pages, and I'll raid somebody. Who's live? Let's go /raid. Oh, I'll be live again tomorrow. Probably not for a long stream, but I will be playing something called Madeline European Adventures. I installed a Windows XP machine, and it sort of works. I need to change that text box. It's a little bit unreadable. I'll do that off camera. Fun fact I learned today with the Hollywood Walk of Fame. One time there was a $75,000 star of Bruce Springsteen made because he was nominated. Then he turned around and said, no, I don't want it. So now there's just a Bruce Springsteen star in a warehouse somewhere. And they now have the Springsteen clause, so the people have to consent before being put on it. That's quite funny. The French cartoon, yes, apparently. I thought people have to nominate themselves and pay for themselves. A lot of the time it's like crowdfunded, isn't it? It's like crowdfunded and paid for by various firms and studios and stuff like that. Sometimes it is just paid for them themselves. It depends on the person. They pay themselves or by family. There we go. First they have to be nominated. Then they have to be like accepted. Then they have to apparently now consent. Then they have to pay for it themselves. I think it's like many grand. It's like 10 grand to actually get the plot, right? It might even be more now. Because I know there was a thing recently where James Hong finally got one after like 100 fucking years in Hollywood. And it's like, yeah, he just had to pay for that. But it was like crowdfunded by his random people. Anyway, I love how the fines cover the chat. I'll be editing all of this. Anyway, let's raid this person. This game that I'm about to raid over, I want to play at some point, but it won't come to fucking PC, and I don't know if I can emulate it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will be live again tomorrow, playing, like I said, Madeline European Adventures, which is a game about a French child solving a murder or something. Don't really know. Mightn't even work. Bye! Did I even raid? No. Click raid now. Oh, good. I have to wait for the timer up again. Right, we're getting that again.